welcome to the Iveco Daily build update. So we've done loads to the van, although probably on the surface you wouldn't be able to tell. So the first thing we've done is finish the painting, all of the chassis legs, chassis rails, and all down the side, and bought some 24mm marine ply. I've bought 5 sheets of it at I think it was 120 quid a sheet from Gibbs and Dandy. Managed to paint, underseal it, and then paint it, chop it up, and then put it down on the floor. Got my friend John to give me a hand. Different John that does the cars in the van. John, this is Carpenter John. So it's brilliant. Now we can start using the van as a van rather than an empty box with no floor. We also put some anchor points down, put 8 of them in total. I think each of them have got an 800 Newton meter strength, pulling strength, so yeah, able to hold down the car really well. And yeah, and since then it also painted the mezzanine that welder John put together. So he just went over that with hammerite. It's got undercoat on it already, but yeah, obviously the overcoat gives it more protection, and also the hammerite's a bit more flexible as a paint, so it doesn't flake off or chip quite as easily. So we've had the car in it, we have both cars in it already, and good news is it fits, so we're all a bit worried about that. Obviously fitted the winch and able to winch it in, and it's awesome. I think probably where we've made the most progress is on the electronics. So I've got a Bosch Class B 220 amp hour battery, which are wired into the air suspension and the rear winch and the front winch. Also wired in the 3500 watts inverter, and put a load of 12 volt and 240 volt circuits around the van with various light switches, and yeah, all fused. We're using the correct grade cables, so we're not going to get any fire, and we won't get any voltage drop over the lengths of the cable runs that we're running. Also fitted a connector, I don't know what they're called, mains plug-in connector, so you can plug in the mains and wire in a consumer unit with a generator and mains switch in it, so you're able to choose whether the 240 volt system is powered through the plug-in, through the generator or mains, or through the inverter. And also put in a 20 amp battery conditioner charger that only feeds off the mains or generator input rather than the inverter, which is really good. Just been at the South Central self-build van meet down on the south coast, organised by Darren. It's great to see everyone. Managed to get quite a lot done. It's good to chat with other people and see what everybody else is doing. So I've got so we've got a bit more electric. What have I got left to do? I'm not sure. I think the electric's pretty much there. It's certainly very usable. Oh yeah, that's right. The other thing we did is wired up the external floodlights. So there's a big floodlight by the back door and 2 floodlights on the inside of the doors. So when you open the doors out, it's obviously pointing outside. I put some switches on them. I think the rear one was 70 watts and the 2 side ones are 36 watts each. So yeah, when we're loading, unloading and working on the car, yeah, you should be able to see it, which is great. Then the next big jobs we've got to do is I've got to weld some more box section through the entire length of the van and brace around where the windows are going to go. I'm a bit worried the aluminium is a bit flimsy, and if you were to mount some windows on it, it's obviously cutting an enormous hole. Yeah, so cutting a massive hole weakens the structure around, and aluminium's not the greatest of materials. Yeah, for offering strength, and I think it's only 3mm aluminium as well, so it's not actually that thick. Yeah, and then once we get that done, then we can start recladding it and getting rid of all the bubbling that's where the aluminium's reacted with the steel and oxidized, and then hopefully it'll start looking a bit tidier. I've got to find someone to paint it. I don't know whether to just paint it myself using a brush and some hammerite or something like that, watered down with a bit of white spirit, or take it to a commercial painter and see how much they'll charge me, which would probably hopefully be a better, more glossier finish. We'll have to see. So I took it down to so I put the Fiat in the van a couple of weeks ago, take it down to Goodwood, and ended up not making it. So the van got hot and ended up overheating and burst one of the water pipes. So I called out the RAC, who decided that the van was too long to be covered under their policy and wouldn't recover me or try and do anything to get me going again, which was very nice of them. Said I was a commercial user, needed a commercial policy. Then managed to find a friend with some AA and went back to the van and broke down again, and the AA were brilliant actually, and managed to get us back on the road. Managed to fix the pipe that burst with a temporary one, and we were able to get going again. So it turns out the problem was a head gasket had failed. It failed because the head had warped. The head had warped because the fan had got overheated, and the van overheated because the viscous coupling on the fan had failed. There was actually a crack in the magnet. So you know, effectively there was no fan working on the car. So replaced that at great expense. Also had to replace the radiator because that had a hole in it too. Skimmed the head, new head gasket on, put it all back together, and now the van's much quieter and doesn't overheat anymore, which is superb. Still wasn't very happy about the £2.5 grand bill that came with it though. So yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget, it's a squeaky Corsa. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that jazz. Should be probably going to be doing, next video is going to probably be on the Uno. Nearly ready to have that out on the road soon. So, not on the road, out on the track soon. So, yeah, watch this space.